Hey everyone, MarsJake8 here. If you've seen my top 10 favorite albums video, then you know that Alesana is A Place Where the Sun is Silent made the list. That album alone kickstarted me to loving this band for their creativity and talent, of which I had never seen before. They made this fierce, angry, and aggressive metalcore music beautiful and thought out. And I've been asking myself for a while now why I haven't listened to Confessions yet, even though it's been out for over a year. Well, I'm done asking, and it's time to find out. And it's time to close the final chapter on the Anabelle Trilogy. This is my review of Alesana's Confessions. Starting things off, I do feel that they took a step back from their diversity of instrumentals of A Place Where the Sun is Silent, but it makes up with how well the songwriting is on this album. Each song feels like riding a roller coaster of sound. One minute you'll have these slow and haunting beats, and the next you're being ripped right into a barrage of screams, snarls, and nasty riffs, like on Comedy of Error, which has this really cool guitar riff that feels like it's spiraling downward. The vocals on this album by Sean Milk and Dennis Lee are at their prime at times. The intro track, It Was a Dark and Stormy Night, and Oh How the Mighty Have Fallen does a great job of showing this off. And lyrically, the album is as complex as ever. Dennis Lee, in particular, I feel has matured his screams quite a bit on this album. It sounded much more controlled and yet never lost its fury. It still retains that feeling of somebody about to explode in anger. The Goddess is one of those songs you can actually see him tone it down quite a bit, and I had to check to see if there are any guest features on the album or not, because I didn't know if it was him or not. Speaking of guest features, let's talk about one of my favorite parts of Alesana albums. Melissa Milk. Is it Milk or Milky? I've always wondered that. Is the E silent? I don't know. If I mess up your last name, I apologize. But if you're not aware, she's Sean's sister and has been contributing backing vocals for the band for quite a long time now. She's been on every studio album, if I'm not mistaken, but when A Place Where the Sun is Silent hit, she had a much more prominent role in the band than before, with her being the vocals of Annabelle. And I'm not gonna lie, it was perfect for that album. The haunting duets and her sweet and innocent vocals mixed in with this, cunningness to it, just made it was perfect. Hell, it solidified her and Sean as being one of my favorite duet teams. It basically, the best way I can describe it, it felt like Phantom of the Opera meets Asking Alexandria. Yeah. On Confessions, however, I feel like they held back a bit on her role this time around. Like, she's on it, you can hear her throughout the album as background vocals, and there are some songs where she does take the main focus, like Comedy of Error, The Puppeteer, and Paradox, and she does an incredible job of it. But it's only really Comedy of Error that her singing really shines through. The other songs have her there, but it seems more for the story's sake than the song. Now that could just be the concept of the album itself, where it's more focused on Annabelle herself rather than her interactions with other characters, as seen on previous releases. So it would make more sense for them not to have duet-esque songs with her, as seen on the other releases. But I still miss them. There are a couple of minor complaints here and there about the album. For one, while almost all the songs do a great job of feeling unique and having interesting shifts in musical direction, there are some songs that were just alright. Like, they had enough to be interesting, but not enough to make them compelling. Another thing is that the lyrics can be pretty complex to somebody who doesn't know what's going on. I mean, I listened to it and I still don't know what the hell is really going on. I have to take to the internet and research the lyrics to figure out. But other than that, it really wasn't a whole lot that I didn't like about the album. The album continues to show Alesana's level of talent with their ability to craft together these songs that shift in so many directions and yet never feel out of place or unconnected, which is pretty hard to do. Put in their passion of literature and you have a melodic metalcore band that has some of the most diverse and complex songwriting in the entire scene. The vocals of Sean and Dennis were great, the instrumentals are beautiful, and while yes, there are some songs that aren't the best, the lyrics can be difficult to read into, and I do miss hearing more of Melissa. This album does a great job of tying up the Anabelle Trilogy, and is another awesome Alesana album. So for my final score, I give Alesana's Confession a 9 out of 10. Yeah, that's a rare one. And remember everyone that I am just one guy making videos on the YouTube channel. If you agree or disagree with my opinions, please feel free to share. As always, I enjoy reading them in the comment section. While you're down there, why don't you smack the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit the subscribe button if you want to join the team. Thanks for watching, I hope to see you all in the next one. Mars out. Stay where you belong, you son of a bitch.